The show Pawn Stars is based on the purchasing and the sale of distinctive goods throughout. The fans have been drawn to the eccentric cast for years. From around the globe, with sharp noses, bargainers, and eccentric individuals, the pawn shop staff has accumulated some significant wealth, but you may be shocked to discover that the clumsy fan favorite, in actuality, Chumlee, is the wealthiest of them. How did he manage to watch through to the end? To learn that Austin Lee was born in Chumlee on September 8, 1982, Russell Henderson, Nevada, is not merely a humorous expression on Pawn Stars' voyage from ardent collector to reality television. A well-known and prosperous businessman is completely of fascinating information. While growing up in Las Most Likely Vegas, Chumlee picked up his enthusiasm for gathering and selling from his environment as his father constructed. His mother had a job as a DJ. There are two distinct aspects of the casino sector. Aspects of the city's entertainment. Fueled, Chumlee learned how to barter from at an early age, opening the door for his Chumlee's eventual professional path in the pawn trade. Began long before the cameras came to his childhood buddy, with Gold's son Corey Bigus Harrison, and Rick Harrison, proprietor of Silver Pawn Shop, was the driving force behind his future profession. The famous pawn store in Las Vegas was established in 1989 by Rick and Richard. His father, Harris, an elderly man, became a playground that both of them knew well. Teenage boys Chumlee and Corey spent a lot of time at the shop before reality Chumlee, TV knocked for 5 years, refined his abilities in the kitchen, gaining knowledge of the pawn industry. While first concentrating on less prestigious jobs, his innate capacity to connecting with clients didn't work. Unnoticed, it didn't take long for him to completed the work behind the scenes, negotiating directly with those entering the store. When the concept for a reality television program focused on the Chumlee was placed in a pawn shop, wasn't assured. He wasn't even certain he would make the last decision, because there were at least 10 additional workers competing for the attention. But Chumlee had a scheme. He chose to embrace his lifelong bond with Corey, their innate friendship and lighthearted joking were his secret weapons that he has decided to be himself and steer clear of camera jitters. Chumlee's tactic was successful. Producers noticed something unique about his. With the Harrison family, dynamic show became a huge hit, making the reality of Chumlee and the rest of the crew TV celebrities that are earning millions of money. Chumlee's risk to just be he had appeared before the cameras made a route he could never have thought of while working as a youngster in the dusty, unusual, and peculiar customers of the Gold Inn 2009. Silver Pawn Shop opened for business. Stars made its History Channel debut. The show changed Chumlee's life forever. Presented Chumlee, whose moniker came from the father of a childhood friend, who thought they looked like the walrus persona, to a larger audience in Tennessee tuxedo audience. While his laid-back demeanor, while popular with audiences, Chumlee frequently became the object of amusing jabs. His co-stars made fun of him for perceived ignorance at times, referring to him as the village Chumlee, however, was unfazed by the idiot. He was aware that the pinball had underestimated him. The Wizards episode gave him the opportunity to shine here. He displayed his unexpected knowledge of pinball machines that greatly to Corey's amusement. This wasn't an isolated incident. Demonstration of Chumlee's expertise later repaired a gas-powered toy automobile in Never Give Up, and even found a fake Air Jordan V sneakers footwear in a sincere manner, demonstrating his proficiency extended beyond. Pinball Pawn Stars gave fame to Chumlee, yet it additionally created opportunities for his. With an enterprising spirit, he began his own business that designs and sells novelty products such as t-shirts. He even planned appearances to establish a connection. Fans are aware of the increasing demand. The store owner, Rick Harrison, purchased half of Chumlee's business in 2010 because $155,000. This calculated action made it possible for the pawn shop will effectively manage the increase in Chum's orders, products from the backstage pawn store employee to reality TV personality, and Chumlee's journey on pawn as a business owner. The stars had only barely begun, and he held his persona on screen, making use of his popularity with a product line, and even Chumlee's, his own confectionery, sweets on the boulevard farther down, confirming his success as an entrepreneur. His contributions to pawn in 2001 to 11 he received a BMI TV Music Award from Stars. Signifying a significant accomplishment in his career. He was even granted the distinction of additional nominations for the Daytime Emmy Awards, solidifying his position within television as prosperity poured in. Chumlee's passing was a severe personal tragedy, was also subtly molding him into a mere 2 weeks prior to the debut of Pawn Stars. In 2009 saw the death of his father following struggling with pancreatic cancer, as one of his items Chumlee held in high regard handcrafted goods created by his dad competent. These treasured heirlooms were owned by woodsmen, a worth that surpasses all monetary values, and served as continual prompts of his father, making them his only priority. Wouldn't think about pawning off, inspired by the death of his father and motivated by Corey's remarkable weight reduction. Chumlee started a path toward better health. He lost more than 100 pounds on his own by physical activity and a strict diet that reduces removing and substituting processed foods with more healthful options. In but moderation became his new motto. Keeping up significant lifestyle adjustments is difficult at times, and by 2016 Chumlee had recovered 50 pounds of the weight he had lost. This erratic loss pattern and his weight peaked as his increase persisted. To pounds in the early Chumlee's weight issues in 2019 echoed a real struggle that many people go through. Resolved to bring about a long-lasting change, Chumlee ultimately decided to use a gastric sleeve. October surgery 2021. The process intended to greatly reduce the stomach's size, with a sharp drop in weight decreasing appetite and hunger. By diligence as well as this medical procedure, Chumlee's weight eventually stabilized. Approximately 190 pounds, Chumlee's star wasn't restricted to the gold's walls, and the pawn shop in Silver Pond is located on his due of his fame as a pawn star. He entered other in entertainment-related fields. He appeared as himself in television programs such as iCarly, attempted his baking by hand, and alongside Chumlee displayed his passion for automobiles and in terms of cars. He even managed to land a tiny part in the 2017 motion picture The P.O. King. Seeing the talented on the same screen, Jack Black's wide variety of projects strengthened his standing as a recognized personality in the entertainment business. But Chumlee never sat still. Upon his laurels, seeing the possibilities for development, he prudently investigated different paths in the entertainment industry. He accepted his passion for music by enhancing his talents at DJ school behind his first public appearance with turntables as a DJ attracted notice, making headlines for a purported writer demanding hot chocolate and Girl Scout cookies. Chumlee, girls are always the opportunist, even indicated a desire to work as a search for potential Las Vegas stars musicians, demonstrating his intention to increase his musical impact industry. The time has come to find out what, otherwise, Chumlee could have gone beyond the fame. From Pawn Stars' success frequently casts the route taken by Chumlee in Spotlight was, March 2016 was no exception in his world, collapsed in a sexual assault accusation against him led to his Las Vegas residence was raided by cops. Authorities reported a disturbing incident. An arsenal, methamphetamine, and marijuana of firearms. Among them, a dozen caught and charged with an astounding 19 narcotics. Chumlee's charges and one weapon charge. Reputation suffered greatly due to the media. The news of the raid caused a frenzy. Unsettling findings in Chumlee's. The disturbing sexual attack at home. The results of the inquiry showed a significantly different, the lovable Pawn Stars photo character, including revelations about a stripper in a Chum Chum room poll that suggests a possibly darker elements of his way of life, that the police report any indications of drug trafficking because the amounts of chemicals discovered were added additional gasoline for the fire. Following the posting, Chumlee was given $62,000 bond and faced his day in court in May of 2016, reached a plea agreement, and entered a guilty plea in exchange for the felony firearms charge with the assurance of finishing 3 years of probation. The remaining offenses would be lowered to misdemeanors. During intercourse charges of assault were never officially. Chumlee's public image was filed. The fallout was seriously damaged. Significant Pawn Stars, a program based on there is family-friendly entertainment available. Itself connected to this somewhat darker. Chumlee's once jovial scandal now was present on the show. Controversy plagued. But even amid the chaos, Chumlee displayed indications showing fortitude by negotiating the legal system and agreeing to the plea agreement. hected to reduce the long-term repercussions of his behavior at this period certainly left scars, but they weren't the conclusion of his trip, but Chumlee's. Legacy is more than only his fame. He has a kind-hearted and enthusiastically supportive. In 2014, he participated in charity initiatives, important part in generating money and raising awareness of autism research at the annual event to raise awareness of autism. Chumlee's aspirations to become an entrepreneur didn't only sell t-shirts and personal looks in a manner that startled a lot of people by going into the Chumlee's World of Sweets in May 2017 candy on the Boulevard first opened. Across the street from the famous gold and silver pawn shop is jointly owned and run. It provided a sugar rush for him and his brother Sage. Rush for both tourists and enthusiasts, this fans. Visited because of the ideal position, the pawn store in the hopes of getting a look of their preferred Pawn Stars figure could just cross the street to have enormous gummy worm bag, and fortunately, they might come across Chumlee ringing up their items by himself, although the path to sugar-coated success didn't go without problems when Chumlee decided to open an online shop and marketing campaign. He achieved an unexpected chum, the optimal domain. Names are blocked, Chum Scandy, on the BD. ScandyDocument.com's had previously been stolen online. Patrick Keys, a squatter, had snapped up the domains in an attempt to get a high score, when, unavoidably, Chumlee came calling instead rather than shell out the probably outrageous amount to recover. The domain names he wants, Chumlee had to think beyond the box. He could came up with a new appealing name, Pez probably not, or take stars. Additional action, it appears that the Sweets Chumlee business owner wouldn't support defeated without a struggle. Chumlee's varied interests are not limited to the pawn. He is an avid collector who works at the shop counter of trading cards with a specific affection for Pokemon's athletic cards and more specialty choices such as UFC and mysterious cards. This pastime feeds a different Instagram account in which he records his gathering and spreads the excitement of searching for uncommon items in fresh packs, discovers Chumlee boasting loudly of having a stunning 600 Charizard rainbow card as evidence of his commitment and understanding in the card industry, embracing his love of gaming as well. Welcome to Chumlee. The virtual world acknowledges having a really high level in Pokemon Go is a well-known mobile game. Showing off his fun side away from the world of reality TV, taking cues from his Chumlee's youth in the 1980s and 1990s, Scoos to use his passion for retro as a conduit, turning gaming into a thrilling independent project that he led the development of Chumlee's adventure. The Pinky Quest, a brand new cartridge game created just for the venerable Nintendo. The entertainment system was influenced by the Chumlee, a popular kung fu game, sought towed a little nostalgia and Pawn Stars to the project in order to finance its. He started a development and production successful Kickstarter campaign in addition to displaying his spirit of entrepreneurship, a pixelated rendition of the game's Mr. Piffles, often known as Pinky, his cherished dog Chumlee's abilities as a star are not limited. He's a blossoming photographer there as well, displaying an other aspect of his inventiveness of his photography website held at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. This includes a few of his prince's original works are available. The collection features breathtaking images such as desert wasteland with the haunting on display, the splendor of deserted buildings and everything, illumination showcasing the vivid vigor of the nighttime Las Vegas skyline. It is clear how well-liked his work is, with certain items entirely selling out. Chumlee's life during this time was full of things other than business difficulties he encountered. In 2013 with Olivia Rodan, a University of Nevada student who was honing her abilities in, the two did not begin dating because of photography. Right away, they developed a friendship that developed into a love affair relationship by the year 2016, deepened, resulting in an Uluru proposal. Chumlee, ever the romantic in Hawaii, in 2018 gave Olivia a 1.5-carat diamond. During the engagement, their diamond ring dreams seemed to strengthen love. Olivia's aspirations at the pre-wedding party stated her wish to pursue a career in business with an eye toward future in which she could possess eyelashes. Chumlee Studio or maybe a chain. Of them supportive, as previously stated, perhaps combining their side-by-side ventures with his confectionery business, the pair 2019 saw the couple be married in a private ceremony at the same location as the royal Hawaiian wakey they received. Engaged, Chumlee's life seemed to be was exactly lining up with growing a new wife and a business with shared spirit of entrepreneurship. But the fairy tale began displaying cracks by. The couple's adjustments in 2020 were noticeable. Ceased sharing romantic photos on social media is a significant divergence from their regular posts of love in years past, even though they didn't unfollowed one another after they removed their images together, indicating the possibility Chumlee's own difficulties. Personal hardships for which he is well known. He had once dropped a lot of weight, substantial sums simply to get it back. His health improved after he married Olivia. Tremendous peaks and valleys that lead to a 2020 hospital stay for a breathing-connected matter, in addition to his prior lawsuit issues, such as drug-related arrests and possession of a firearm, hampered his efforts to keep things stable by 2023 as they continued to follow one another on social platforms. Chumlee and Olivia shown no indications of a romance. Olivia had even been involved in a reconciliation. Seen sharing pictures with other prominent individuals implying new beginnings in spite of this, the profound regard and the affection they used to share seemed to linger, as shown by sporadic likes, Chumlee's posts on each other's. Success story involves more than simply pawns at stores and confections. In 2019, he demonstrated his savvy in real estate by selling his lavish residence in Las Vegas for a cool $1.375 million. This remarkable transaction occurred 7 years after he bought the land for $1.1 million, demonstrating his talent for financial gain investments. In the expansive 2-acre property had a 600-ton home with a guest house and a huge and ideal backyard for entertaining, featuring a pool surrounded by rocks when he doesn't deal in real estate or enjoying the confections on the promenade. Chumlee enjoys letting his need for speed. A self-described enthusiast for automobiles, he has a stunning collection that says a lot about his success, has an opulent Maserati as an emblem of performance and style, as well as the epitome of the regal Rolls-Royce Phantom of Chumlee's success. With automotive luxury is demonstrated by his remarkable net worth of about $5 million for his lead part in Pawn Stars surely cleared the path for his financial expansion, positioning him as one of the richest cast members on the show, yet his diverse commercial endeavors were an important portion as well, from his apparel and accessory brand catering to his devoted following to his well-known sweets shop that is ideally situated on the Chumlee of the Las Vegas Strip, is skilled at transforming his interests into sources of income, even though his wealth might not be comparable to that of IT titans or seasoned investors. His achievements remain noteworthy. Chumlee's voyage serves as evidence of the strength of perseverance and hard labor following one's dreams, in contrast to many celebrities who did not inherit their fortune. He started out as a pawn and ascended from lowly origins, store employee to a diverse media disposition and achievement. His success as an entrepreneur is self-made, demonstrating that with drive and with perseverance, everyone may accomplish their financial objectives while adopting a little whimsy and fun along the road.